Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maribel. So for today, I want to start like always with the Bible verse. Is Acts chapter 19, verse 19. And a number of those who had practiced magic arts brought their books and burned them in front of everyone. When the value of the books was calculated, the total came to 50,000 drachmas. Okay, so for this verse, I went to BibleHub.com and there I gave more explanation of what the verse meant, which I wanted to know. So what it says here, the result of burning the books. The tense of the verb implies that the burning was continuous, but leaves it uncertain whether it was oft repeated act or one that lasted for some hours. In this completed renunciation of the old evil past, we may probably see the secret of the capacity for a higher knowledge, which St. Paul recognizes as belonging to Ephesus more than to most other churches. So what this verse is implifying that the burning of the books is because it had magic arts, probably spells, witchcraft ideas, or that those books were brought, because were brought to burn in front of everyone. This is like them showing that they're releasing their sin, they're burning their sin, and they're repenting in that way in order to move on, like sort of a move on, a repentance of all the, probably witchcraft, all the stuff that they have done. So, with that said, I have a story in mind where I basically, not that I read a witchcraft book or anything like that, but anyways, let's go back to the beginning. So I was recently married, and with my husband, it was me and him, facing the world, happily, married, and we decided to, of course, move in our own apartment. And we had roommates. It was not only us, and these, we had roommates as couple, this guy and a girl, and then there was another couple as well, which we didn't see at all. But we were there, so we get along great with this couple. This girl, one of the couples, the girl that I got along with great, let's name her Ashley. So this girl, she was very nice to me. She actually helped me find a job, and because of her, I was able to get, my first job. I was like 20. I had my first job because of her. It was a nice clothing store. People get along real well there. Everybody was friendly. It was nice. It was good. Like I love working there. I made great friends, and she was one of them, There are many people that, while we were working there, who will, compare each other, because Ashley will, people will say that she looked like me, and some people will say, oh, they got confused because they thought that was her, or they thought that she was me, or whatever, because we were working in this clothing store. And it was like that, people would think, we were sisters or cousins or such things. Anyways, we got along great. She was such, happy girl. She was like a joy to be around with, she's very nice. When we'll go back home, sometimes she will be there first, and I usually left like at 9 or 10 o'clock at night from that job, and we'll meet meet up in the house and talk and have, nice conversations, about life. I will talk to her about God, and she'll tell me about her family. She will talk to me about what was going on, about the job. We had a certain, a lot of things in common. For example, like in the job, we didn't find this girl very, she was very mean to us, So we always complain what's going on and, cheesing me here, cheesing me there. It was nice. It was like having a sister, Then there's a time where, we're drifting off, and during that time, I think I'm not so 100% sure because this was like 8 years ago, but I think that I already have left the job. And I left it because, it was my first job. I was, naive. And they actually fired me because I was late, so. And I was like, look, all right, I have all the excuses in the world. I'm pregnant, And I will walk, I will walk to this job, and it was kind of long. It was like about, I would say about 10 blocks. It was pretty far away. Sometimes I would take the bus going, from work to my house, but it was mostly walking. So that's why they fired me. Anyways, so this time around, I wasn't really speaking to her as much. I wasn't really seeing her as much. I think because I wasn't seeing her as much, because usually I would see her at the job and we'll say hi to each other and talk and then be at the house and have so much in common because we work at the same place and, we're like friends, whatever. And then, like I said, once I left the job, I really didn't see her that much. I would probably see her on Saturday and there was a situation where her and her boyfriend was like, I don't know, something was going on there and she wasn't really much at home. They were having like a couple issue and everything. So one time I decided to, I don't know, for some reason, me being so noisy, and I went into her room. I remember I went to her room and I was looking around. I was like, oh my God, this is like so messy. Me judging and being noisy at the same time. And I remember going straight, for some reason, I don't know why, but I went straight to her, where she keeps her makeup on, her makeup. And I grabbed the book and I decided to open it because I was very noisy. And I was like, okay, what is this? Let me start reading. Let me start reading it. So I did start reading it. And when I start reading this book, I noticed it had dates. It was very, very long. Pages, what I meant to say long. Pages of words and words and words. I was like, okay, I think this is a diary. And of course, I kept reading. And I saw a few things here and there, and I just, for example, don't want to see a lot, but what the diary read was that this girl, Ashley, not anymore, was molested when she was younger. I was reading that, and once I was done, I felt the evilest spirit in the world. It was the spirit of not fear, but evil, just pure darkness. And I I couldn't really understand why at that moment. The Bible verse that I mentioned is related to the story. I picked that Bible verse for a reason, and it's not because it's witchcraft or anything like that, but anything that you read that is have a sense of darkness, have a sense of evil, has a sense of something that's going wrong, something that someone went through. It's not of God, anything related to that. You can actually feel the spirit of evil, and it is, and that's what I felt. I felt like a demon, like there was a demon inside that room, or a demon attached to the diary itself, because there was a lot of details of how she was molested, and it was so heartbreaking when I kept reading, and the way she wrote everything down, the way this person was, harassing her. The more I read, like I said, the more I felt that spirit. And with that said, I wanted to say that you have to be careful with not only with what you watch, be careful with what you read. There's some books there that you can't read. You're not allowed to read. It's like you're letting spirits in your life. I remember I was very disturbed once I read those 2 or 3 pages. I was very disturbed. I couldn't sleep. And I remember a week or 2 where me and her were like we were just hanging out, and we're in the living room, and she started speaking about this, and I pretended that I didn't know anything about it. Of course, I wasn't gonna say, hey, I read your diary and I know what's going on with you, I don't know what happened to you. But I was praying for her in my mind, and I felt like she had this, like she told this experience to many other people before, because she was so comfortable of telling me this, what happened to her. And of course, I don't want to, get into details of what I read. I don't want to, I don't want to trigger, anyone that have, felt that harassment, raped, any other way. And I know she was very young when that happened, and I don't really want to go into that. But I did pray for her, and it was like you see the person and you see her, that she's just a very happy person. She's such a joy to be around with, and you don't really imagine that. And when of course, when I read that diary, everything changed, and I was like, wow, that really opened my eyes to, you have to pray for everyone, even if that person seems like everything's okay, everything wasn't okay. And another alarming thing was that she kept telling me that she was, she had problems with her mother, and that was something that I read in her diary as well, that her mother kind of knew about it, or probably trying to, how you say it, well, this saying is better in Spanish, but block their finger with the sun, and trying to not really think that, that my daughter is really being molested. She said she had problems with her mother, and that's why, I think that's why she was living with her boyfriend at that time. That was, sometimes we have to be very careful with what we read. That was something that that really shook me. And of course, I was praying and for her, and like I said, I couldn't sleep that night, and it was just crazy. So I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. I know I haven't been that active, but I'm here for you. If you want to follow me on social media, my Instagram is God Still Talks. My Facebook page is God Still Talks as well, _God, _still_talks. That's on Instagram, and then my Facebook page, God Still Talks. God Still Talks. And yeah, just thank you.